And the teeth, look at the teeth on it.
Is it an improvement?
Well, I couldn't possibly comment. Wow, it's bright and sunny. This is why we've come back to Spain. It's gorgeous.
Who's your friend?
Wow. She's dressed up for a good day, a nice sunny day on the beach. Scott's happy, we're happy, everyone's happy. Wow, it's busy again, guys. Well, good morning. The finds bag has made its way to Spain. We're at Los Llanos Market, about half an hour from where we live, and look who's joining us again. Canadian Scott is over for a few weeks and he's come thrifting with us again. So you might remember him from previous videos. So we're here at Los Llanos Market to see if we can find some bargains. So come thrift with us.
Let's go.
It's a lovely, more traditional shape, but we love this kind of glaze, don't we? There's all sorts straight away. There's not usually stalls out the front. So because it's got a big chunk out of it, I think it's more modern. But it's always interesting to see what you find at these markets, because I think a lot of them are like house clearances, so you get kind of all sorts of stuff, a real mixture. So what do we think of that? It's got like a
luster.
Yeah, a luster to it. Made in Italy. I don't know whether it's tacky or absolutely gorgeous. What do we think? I know what Terry thinks.
No, I'm not really sure. I don't dislike it.
Look at these cute little money boxes. Look at that little pair. With that little...
Are they like a resin?
No, they're like that kind of paint your own pottery type.
Oh yeah.
Bisque, would you call it like bisque pottery or something?
Yeah.
Muy antigua, buena.
Sí, antigua. Yeah, the guy's just shown us this. He obviously thinks we like the deers, which we do.
Similar, la esa.
Similar. ¿Precio?
Pues te lo dejaría a los dos. Te lo dejaría 14 euricos.
So as you can see, there's lots of different things at the market. So you've got kind of clothes to rummage through if you want kind of secondhand clothes. There's tourist stuff, brand new sarongs. So it's that kind of market as well. So it's not all antiques, but there are quite a lot of antique stores. So let's have a look. Look at this fabulous plant display. All these amazing succulents.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's right up your street, Terry.
Yeah, lovely.
Sometimes it's nice to have a little rummage.
Everything is rubbish. Everything is rubbish.
This is Swedish rubbish.
It's expensive.
I've just doubled the price. Oh no! I thought that's quite cool. I don't know what it is, but it's got a lovely kind of
lovely finish
thing on it, and lovely texture and finish on it. And there's the little Swedish mark. I love it. He said this is all rubbish. You caught me up. So this is where we got some cool stuff last time. So we thought we'll have another look in here. As you know, it's potluck in these kind of places. So there could be absolutely nothing today. Well, how funny. We were talking in one of the recent videos about fabric art and making this kind of rigid fabric stuff. And this is just a glass vase covered with fabric. We found a whole book about it in Kingsley. And Terry said it's not pretty. And there you go. There's an example out in the wild. I'm just drawn to the yellow colour.
Nice colour, and most of it's nice. Don't like the hearts.
No.
Oh, what have you found? That's nice.
Well, I was just looking through the jewellery. There's lots of wooden jewellery. I thought this was quite nice with these little green... I think they are wooden, but green. And it's very long, so that's quite nice. And there's loads of cool bangles. These chunky beads, I don't think it's quite as nice as some of the ones we've bought previously.
No, just
I'm
interesting.
Not so keen on the discs in between. Probably with a good clean, it would look even
better.
better.
A bit like washers, aren't they?
Yeah, like someone's just made it quite cheaply. See all this wooden stuff. I mean, it's not cheap, so 9. That's quite nice as well.
And this one's quite nice. I quite like the design.
We're just coming close. Yeah, that is nice. So we're just going to go with that one. So we'll just pay the money and we're off. cool little swivel chair. Obviously a bit more modern, but I'm a sucker for a bamboo swivel. I think we saw that last time actually.
Yeah, we did.
Either that or something very similar. How cool is that as a little handbag?
I love how it just clicks shut.
Wow, this is like an Aladdin's cave in
Yeah,
here.
there's lots of stuff.
It's quite good because I think last time we came, some of these antique stalls were closed. It's just like a print, but
With a lovely vase in it.
yeah. Wow, so quiet in terms of customers today, but there's so much to see. I'm glad we came back. I'm glad we decided to go to the supermarket and come here on the way. These are obviously from I would think from the 70s. They've got that look with the dried flowers and the butterflies and things. The frames look kind of period. 2 for 25. I'm never sure how I feel about things with butterflies in, but what do you think? Should we buy that kind of thing or not? But definitely of the period, I would say. So I think this is from Greece. My mum's got something kind of similar with less gold touches, but like a warrior, I suppose, or whatever. And I love it's got little gold accents on the little boobies. I thought that was quite unusual. It's in quite good condition with this little kind of plaster, maybe overlay of flowers.
I
15
think,
euros.
I think that's been added.
Yeah, you could.
When you turn it.
Maybe it's just. Oh yes, you could pop that off.
Yeah, that just.
So that would be better without the flowers.
Yeah, definitely. Because the rest of it's all in good condition. And
So-
I'd do a bargain. 10. That's quite good, I think.
Do you want to negotiate, Terry?
I can see people if they've got that sort of kitchen. You know, you can put things in. You can use it for spices. You could use it for oils. You could use it in a bathroom.
Excuse me, what would be your best on that one? I think it's got 15 inside.
Yeah.
Is that your best?
Um,
Would you do 10? Would you consider 10?
would you consider 12?
We would accept 12 as a good deal. Okay, so we've got that for 12 euros, which I think is a good price. And then the project for this afternoon is to pop this air-dried clay off very gently to just leave it as bamboo. Yeah, what do you think in the comments? We won't do it until the video's gone out and the comments have come in.
We'll see what the consensus is.
I think it will go in that way.
Wow. Just
So, ooh, look at that.
perfectly.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Love the colour and the design. Just very simple, little tourist piece. I don't suppose that's much money. We can
Nice
always
colours
ask.
and
Yeah,
things, isn't it?
plates seem to have been quite popular so far. I was just looking because on Instagram lately, we just lose me specs. You're thinking this? Looks quite 50s to me, maybe. It's got a tiny bit of like a lava glaze on it. Catches the light quite nice. That's not what I was looking at, but that's a nice little piece. I was looking at the beetroot. On Instagram lately, there's been whole collections of these amazing beetroot. They do so many different ones, apples I think, and beetroots. So it's saddlerware. So we sold a saddler jug, I think, early on. So that's interesting. I've seen a few of these around, but they're actually quite collectible. Obviously more of an impact if you've got lots of different
Yeah,
designs.
you just have to keep collecting them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, so we're just having a little look for some jewellery today. So this, I think it's blue. I'm looking through my sunglasses.
It is blue.
And I thought that was actually quite nice with the different shapes and a little bead in between. Just thinking about what's already sold, and they love these kind of, I don't know if this is plastic, but this kind of plastic beaded idea. What do you think?
This one's too brown, I'm not sure.
Is it brown?
It's brown.
Yeah, it is brown.
Like flat brown, I don't know. I'm not sure about the colour. That one is very nice.
So we've lost Scott. He's somewhere in the market. So this is like an Aladdin's cave in this one. Let's see if we can find anything in here today. We now have very loud music playing. This is not good for the YouTube, but it adds to the atmosphere of the market, doesn't it? So, painted by David Mead, a kind of a scene that we think would probably sell in the UK rather than in Spain. See if there's a date on it. You can see it's quite old. The Constable Gallery, picture framing, in Worthing, which is Sussex, I think. So this has to be the wife or the sister of our little Mexican at home. What a shame, it's all cracked along the front. It's got the same little face. So we bought this lovely picture, which is very Christmassy and wintry. We thought for Christmas fairs is ideal. And what did you buy, Tal?
And just on the way out,
Can you do
I
it?
found this fantastic necklace. I just spotted it on the way out, so we've made another purchase, €3.
So the bag is quite full.
And as we said, €3. I mean, everything's
that's great.
much less money to purchase in Spain.
That's true.
So if you can find them, it's harder to find, but when you do find them, they're always a great
How
price.
exciting.
Wow.
Great stuff.
And a great atmosphere. A little wicker thing on a stand. Look at this big owl. Is it an owl?
Yeah,
Something like that.
he's not the prettiest owl, but he's an owl.
I feel like I've got the bit between my teeth now trying to find artwork. Okay, so this is another one of Scott's picks. These little mugs with maybe the stork on or a heron or a something. So there's 2 of those. No markings underneath. These are the one thing we found today pretty much that's not chipped. So that's a result in itself. Maybe not for us today, but we've got Scott scouting around for us. What I did think was cool, which we didn't show you a minute ago when we were here on this stall, is these walkie-talkies. Do you remember as a kid you'd go beep, 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 do the Morse code? Over and out, over and out. Oh, there's a set,
there's
there's
another
a set
one.
in a box. Wow.
Wow.
Perfect.
It's going back in
It
time.
takes me back. Takes me back.
Before mobile.
Yeah, before mobile. Yeah. And you know I like a little
Yeah.
pussy, so this one is a blue one. And no markings, but he's in good condition, I think.
Yeah, and it's got a nice
Look at the
face.
eyelashes. Well, I think it must be a she, do you think?
I think it's a she, even if it's blue.
Look at these. He's got his little briefcase. He's all dressed up in his mum's clothes or his dad's clothes. And she's dressed up in the mum's clothes. Kind of play and dress up.
€5 por photo.
Wow, this is so heavy. I just thought it was drawn to the kind of shape of that. It's almost a bit like a gun
Like a-
casing or something, do you
Yeah,
think?
it's quite interesting.
Yeah. And
So
nice because
nice.
it's not been polished.
Ooh, she's got very creepy eyes.
Slightly sinister.
Mm.
You wouldn't want to wake up, look at and see that on your bedroom wall, would you, in the middle of the night?
Sharon might.
Sharon might. That was quite interesting. I wonder if it's damaged on the top. I think that's just the glaze of it. It's just got like a roughness there, and I wondered if that's damaged, but I don't think so.
I think it's coming off.
Oh
It's
yeah,
coming off.
yeah.
Whatever it is.
I just thought that was quite interesting. Love the orange and the browns. Nothing underneath. It's nothing particular, perhaps, but I thought that was quite nice.
Just decorative.
Very decorative. It is quite brown, but it is punctuated by the orange. The naranja.
Alright.
Now we're in Espanol.
What is it?
So this one is uno euro.
Wow.
I haven't got enough hands to hold the bag and give the lady the money. Just as we were leaving, we thought, we'll just have a little look at the stalls on the roadside and look what we picked up for €1. I love it. It's just so decorative, lovely shape, no markings or anything, but just a nice little decorative piece. And for €1, you can't go wrong.
It's actually crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, I love it. Like, keep it.
In the bag.
Oh, I don't know if I've got room in the bag. Let's have a look. Just so Steph from the Handmade Magpie, we've had a few inquiries about this bag over the last few videos. So if you are interested in buying one of these, look at the Handmade Magpie on Instagram. And Steph, you'll be pleased to know we filled the bag again. Have bag, can travel.
Oh, I like that.
So I'm glad we had a wander down there. Look what we got, Scott.
I like it.
You have to play guess the price. So beautiful decorative vase, no markings.
I'm going to say €5.
No, guess again.
€3.
Guess again.
€1.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I mean,
I picked up a little thing.
that's definitely
All
not
bronze.
a plate. That's definitely not a plate.
Not a plate. No, it's for
Yeah,
change.
it's lovely, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
I spent more than €1 on it.
Oh,
though.
did you?
Yes,
You were
I
robbed.
did. I was robbed. That's
So
beautiful.
we've all had bargains. So you bought what? Say the little dish and a crossbody bag.
Yeah.
Scott's happy. We're happy. Everyone's happy. We'll come again.
Now on for something to eat and drink.
Yes. So this is a new one, the Albox indoor market. When we were here last, it was not open. Looks quite good. So we'll have a little look in here, then we'll maybe hit a few charity shops in the town centre as well. Wow, there's lots of stuff and it smells of polish, which is always good. This is a nice little corner unit. Oh. I'm not sure if the shelf's meant to lift out. No. Slightly damaged. Could probably be fixed. But maybe not 35.
Looks a bit rocky.
It's a bit rickety and rockety, yes. Honestly, €3.
That is a great English word. Honestly.
Honestly.
It's funny because when you're chatting to Scott, who's Canadian, everything I say in English I question now because he's like, that's an interesting English word. Honestly, it's lovely. So look at this little brown pussy. Lovely little. It's almost like they've blown those bubbles on it, you know, to get the colour through a straw. And then look at this. I mean, that is quite scary, isn't it? A little cobra. Look at these.
Wow.
Little vintage Simon Cowell shoes. Hand sewn, handmade. Well, that's really interesting actually, because in a former life, I used to be have a cleaning company, so we used to clean houses. And we used to clean houses at the house of the person who bought Grenson's shoes, which is in Northampton. And we had a load of those, you know, the formers that you put into shoes and they presumably use in the manufacture. We had a load of those from Grenson's, so hand-sewn, handmade English shoes. Not the most stylish nowadays, but quite cool and vintage in a way. What size are they? Size 9?
No.
Okay, so Scott has just spotted another cobra. So there's a pair, which has to double the value, surely.
Let's make my way in. Oh yeah.
If there's two, would you fancy those?
One each side of the mantelpiece.
This is where we are from in the UK. What is the chances?
Well,
The Swaffham Peddler and the Peddler sign.
all the way here in Spain.
There must have been somebody from Swaffham who lived in Albox. So there must have been a collection of these little signs that they're faking them. What is the chances? So this is a very Spanish kind of image.
I was thinking this is like our fireplace.
Well, that's what drew me over. Our house has a fireplace just like that. We're not with the bullets though.
No.
But yeah, quite a nice piece. Obviously just a print, but by Francisco Ribera. And there is the date in Roman numerals, but it's half cut off, so I'm not sure. But yeah, it's quite fun, isn't it? Max Cancer Charity. Let's see if they can deliver today.
Who's your friend?
Well, she's dressed up for a good day, a nice sunny day on the beach. Let's have a look at this. A little kind of copper pot, or so €10. Do we like the shape? What do we think? Too fancy?
Well, it's a little bit fancy for us, but I think
Imagine that with a lovely plant in it.
I think people would quite like it.
Should we go for it? Let's have that one, I think, please. Where's me money? So that was a good little buy for €10. So I think we've got one more up here, which is Kitty Claus. And then one down here, maybe two down there. So here we are at Kitty Claus. Let's have a look in here. It's quite cool because it's got the red top as well.
And to have the little tongs. Yeah.
So we've just been shown this one. We think could be a little French. Yeah, well, definitely. It's got France on the bottom, look. Just reduced to 5 with the red handle, red tongs, and the red round the top.
I think that's the taker.
Let's give it a little check over. Yeah, that's really fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll have that. I'll pop it on the counter. This is what caught my eye. I don't know whether it's like rhubarb or celery or... because you've got the leaves at the top. It's beautiful. So weighty.
Yeah. Lovely. We've got the other ones.
So these cute little candle holders, if I take the candle out, only 50 cents. like a little beautiful little flower. So there's two.
I like the underneath as well. It's sort of bobbly like a...
Creates the kind of center of the flower, doesn't it?
Hmm.
So they're good. So maybe we'll have those. There's two of those. Let's give it a little feel. Yeah, feel nice. Because I think as well we bought something glass, didn't we, the other day, and we thought that would be nice for Christmas.
Yeah, they were definitely other, like
things.
more like tea light holders, I think.
Yeah,
Or vice versa, you could do either or, I think.
that's right. We'll have these two as well, but you perhaps want your candles. So here we are at the dog rescue. I can see a 50-cent table, so we'll have a look on there first, but it's really big inside, so let's see if they've got any cool stuff today. We've got chopsticks, door locks, ice packs, rat traps.
Maybe nothing for us.
Maybe
on
nothing
there.
for us today, but let's look inside.
What is it?
It's a.
The fact that you know exactly what it is.
I think this is a Highland cow. I'm thinking
Yeah,
a
definitely.
Highland coo from Scotland, carved out of a big chunk of wood.
And this
Oh, this is
the
obviously
man.
someone who does a whole. So he does all dogs and eagles and all sorts. Clever, isn't it? Probably done with a chainsaw.
Very clever. So if you watched our Ely video, you would have seen that this is definitely a little bit of Sharon.
Ooh, spooky. Oh, I'd come in as you come in. You stand still, I'll come into you. Yeah, it's got lots of lovely detail actually. Nice with the pink.
I did quite like it.
Not bad for $5. And the teeth, look at the teeth on it.
Is it an improvement?
Well, I couldn't possibly comment.
Better teeth.
Well, you spent a lot of money on getting your teeth straightened, and they're not quite as straight, as that. Should we buy it, Sharon? Comment below. So I was just looking at these. So there's two. They feel like Costa Bodery to me. So there's those two, and then
Oh, that's nice.
a larger one.
I love the flatness of them, that they don't go up much. They're just
So there's no markings on them, but to me they feel like they could be. And also, as part of this little selection, there's a lovely little paperweight.
Yeah, that's nice. That's almost like the tea light holder that we've just bought.
Yeah, that I used to sell in my shop, and it's probably Parlane International. But I wonder if this is like someone's little glass collection. I think some of these are IKEA. Like these, I think, are IKEA.
Yeah, this one's quite nice. Maybe in here they hide.
Oh,
them.
yes, that's nice.
A bit more aged.
So that's got a barcode on it, so it's obviously not anything particular.
No.
So I thought maybe they're quite cool. They're maybe not vintagey as such, but what do we think? Wow, it's bright and sunny. This is why we've come back to Spain. It's gorgeous. So nothing in there today. We've had some good things in there in the past, so we'll come back in a few weeks. So Scott's leading the way. There's a few more around the corner, so we're on a bit of a clock today, but we're going to see if we can squeeze another couple of shops in. Okay, so this one is a new one to us, Age Support Almanzora. So let's see what we've got in here today. Vintage IKEA?
I don't know. They say handmade quality, so
IKEA?
IKEA. They're quite cool, aren't they?
I thought it was IKEA. We like a bit of vintage IKEA. So they're quite nice, unusual with this pink. So they're kiln craft, so we see that quite often. But the pink, yeah, I've not seen pink before, so we have actually got, 5 saucers and 4 cups. You could make a little set of 4 for €6. What do we think of that? So maybe. Okay, so nothing in there. So we've got one more stop here in Albox. Let's go. See how far you can walk backwards without it being a...
I was looking for the curb.
Dog rescue. Final stop. Guide to boobs. Fried eggs, twisters, droopers,
so funny.
turnips, peaches, melons, and balloons.
Oh, that's so funny. We have to get that for Chris. We have to get that for our friend Chris.
And I think it's 50 cents.
Don't say we don't treat you.
No, hold on.
Oh.
It's got a hairline crack.
Oh.
You'll have to just send him the video of it. Scott has just spotted a little brass umbrella for €3. It's quite cute, isn't it? Made in India. Look at this. A 3 tea bag pot. That's if you mean business and you need a big proper cup of brew.
It's probably from up Yorkshire.
You need Yorkshire tea in there for sure. So we're back in Badar with our little wintry picture in the blazing sunshine. It's been a good day in Albox. We found some cool stuff. And I think what we might do is do a little haul later on. So let's get it in the house, have some lunch, and then we'll show you what we've picked up today. Okay, so we're back here at the house in Beda, and we thought, because it was all a bit chaotic at the market, we would go through all the goodies that we picked up today at the market and in Albox town as well. So what should we start with? How about this? Now, it's a bit weird picking a wintry scene when we're in the blazing hot sunshine here in Spain, but actually, funnily enough, things like this perhaps don't get quite as much of a premium here in Spain as they will perhaps in a wintry Christmas sale in the UK. So this one by David Mead, and then if we flip it over in this lovely vintage frame as well, you can see on the back, it was framed at the Constable Gallery in Worthing in Sussex, and I think that is possibly his gallery. So he was perhaps painting them and framing them himself. So that was how much? Couldn't remember.
3.
So that was €5. So what's that, about £4 or something like that? So that seems like a good buy to me. And then just because it's next to the picture, this amazing kind of copper pot with a nice kind of scallop detail at the top. Just a nice thing to have a nice big plant in. This was €10. So we paid up a little for this, so that's £8. But I think there's some value in that. And I think if you display it with a lovely plant, then that'll be really worth perhaps all of £25, £30. So nice to have something a bit different on the stall as well. Talking of different, this is a really cool piece from France. We think probably 1980s because of the kind of red acrylic. So we've got the little ice tongs, the lovely red handle as well. And then if you look at the detail, it's got a lovely red line around the top of the glass. So just a fun piece for a little bar cart or a little bar area. We just thought it was quite fun. Again, it wasn't much money. We paid €5 for that, so about £4. A couple of bits of jewellery. This is Terry's department, really. But this we thought was lovely, this kind of wooden beaded necklace, a very long necklace with the lovely green wooden beads as well. So that was €6.50, so I don't know, about a fiver, something like that. So we thought that was rather nice. And then as a last minute pickup on another stall, Terry found this really cool kind of hammered gold effect necklace, which has just got a lovely kind of hammered look to it, a nice kind of chunky chain with an extender. And again, I think that was €3, so a couple of pounds, so a great value. And these cute little glass candle holders, we found quite a bit of cool glass today actually. Some of it was a bit more modern. These are perhaps not ever so old, but when you look at the underneath, you've got the lovely detail which gives the kind of center of the flower as you look from the front. So these were 50 cents each. So we thought we can't really leave these behind, even if we keep them for ourselves. But if we're doing little Christmas fairs, we thought, well, maybe they'd be quite nice little pickup gifts. So 50 cents each for those. Now this, I wasn't sure about it. Terry liked it. I wasn't sure about the flowers on the front, but actually if you look at it, when you open the door, you could easily pop that off. It's almost like someone's put bubble gum through, isn't it, or something like that. But what do you think? Should we keep the flower design on the front or should we remove it? Maybe it's quite a nice feature. I love the little handles and the same at the top where you can hang it from those as well. Lots of detail, great condition, a cool little shelf, a really lovely vintage bamboo look. Now that we got for €12, so a little bit more, but a beautiful thing, I think you'll agree. And then finally, I had to save this, I can't quite reach it. I had to save this till last. It immediately caught my eye just as we were leaving the market. So this one has got a real vintage look about it, mid-century look. I think it's the browns, the oranges, the shape of it probably as well. So this was €1, so 80 pence. So that was a real definite must have. No markings on the bottom, so just a purely kind of decorative piece. But we'll research it a bit more, see if we can find out a bit more detail about it. So hopefully you'll agree, a great little haul for our first Spanish thrift for a few months now. So Albox always delivers. So we thought, why don't we start there? And we're really pleased we did.
I'm just going to turn the potatoes.
So in the background of the haul, we're cooking some potatoes and they've just started to boil.
It's just boiling over.
Well, the smell of the mint. So we're trying to be healthy while we're in Spain. So we're having new potatoes boiled with mint and then a lovely big salad with chickpeas and yeah, all lots of lovely things. So a great haul and a great meal, hopefully tonight as well. And it's been so warm today. We're glad we came back to Spain for a little bit of summer heat and lots of great thrifts to come here in Spain.